Do you remember this little story that started in March of 2021 about Mac M1 SSDs? I call this SSD Gate. Well, a bunch of you have requested that I continue my testing of SSDs on the M1 when it comes to developer tools. And as you might have been able to guess by the title, today we're doing Flutter. And also, you might have gathered from the title, well, it was a question. So, is this gonna be dangerous for Flutter? The short answer is no. So if that's all you wanted to know, have a nice day and I'll see you in the next video. But if you wanna see what I did and how I tested this, let's dig into it. Hey folks, welcome back. This is Alex. For those of you that are new here, consider subscribing to the channel. And if you like this video, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. It's really easy to do. Just click on that and other people might find this helpful as well. You know, YouTube algorithm and all that. And stay to the end of the video. I'm gonna announce how to enter a new raffle. So here I've got the MacBook Air M1. I've been comparing this to my Intel Core i9 MacBook Pro, and we've been doing all sorts of code comparisons, tool comparisons for developers. And today I want to set up and run a Flutter project for iOS and see how much SSD it uses up during that time. So in order to do that, I've installed a little program called SmartMon Tools with Homebrew. If you're curious on how to install this, you have to have Homebrew installed and then go to Brew install SmartMon Tools. Okay, pretty simple. It's not very straightforward on how you run this. So how you run this is SmartCTL, then you pass in --all, and then you point to the disk that you want to check. So here we go on the MacBook Pro Core i9. I'm gonna run this and it's gonna tell us a few stats about my disk. Okay, so we've got these two things that I'm interested in: data units read and data units written. These two lines right here. What is data units read and written? I'll let you know in a minute. Let's first run a couple of tests and then we'll go over that. So I want to make sure I copy this down so I don't forget it. And at the end of the video, I'll just give you a rundown of all the different results. I'm going to run this tool on both machines, and I have vastly different numbers on these machines because, well, I've been using my Intel machine for quite a while now. All right, I've got my base numbers down. Let's create a new Flutter application and run it. So here we are on my MacBook M1. Flutter create, well, let's call it app 1, and there we go. It's off doing its creation process. Now I've done this already before on this machine, so a lot of the Flutter assets are already cached. That's why it only took 1.3 seconds to create this. Same thing here. So this part is not going to use the disk that much. It's the running and the building that I really want to check. Okay, Flutter create app 1 is done on both. I'm going to go into that folder and I want to remove the web and the Android folders because I only want to run this on iOS. Now I've already opened up my simulator here on both machines, iPhone 12 Pro Max, with nothing on it. I've completely cleared it before running this test. Then I'm gonna run Flutter run, and that should build and start up my app in the sim. Okay, it's off to the races. Let's do this over here now. And they're both building. All right, it finished on the M1. I'm gonna grab those numbers. I'm gonna terminate the process and run my SmartCTL program one more time to get those numbers. And it started up on the Intel box. Again, I'm gonna grab the numbers here. Okay, well, that was run 1, and we've got our preliminary results. And because we're developers and we're picky like that, I want to do this a couple more times and just take the average. So I'm gonna create app 2 and app 3 because it doesn't cost anything. It's free and it doesn't take a long time. That's the key. Okay, I'm running app 2 now on the Intel and on the M1. Doing an Xcode build, compiling, linking, and signing. Xcode build done. That was really fast. By the way, if you haven't seen my Flutter versus React Native versus native script comparison in terms of creating a project and the speed of building, check out that video. I'll link to it down below. And we're done. We're running the app 2 now on both machines. Let's grab those numbers again. And let's go to app 3. Here we go. I'm getting really good at Flutter. Just kidding. I don't even know Dart. I'm a JavaScript developer, but this is fun. All right, we're done on this machine. Let's get the numbers. And we've got our 3 runs in. I'm gonna throw the graphic up on the screen. And as you can see, there really is not that much difference between running this on the M1 and the SSD usage there versus running this on the Intel machine and the SSD usage there. Sure, there's a couple of differences. That could be play really anything on the system, but it's not like twice or 3 times the amount that people have been complaining about. In fact, a couple of times the Intel one is even a little bit more. And if you watched my Docker video, the Intel box is significantly higher on that one. All right, folks, so there you go. If you like this video, I'd really appreciate a like. Just hit that button. What does that do? Well, it's free for you, but for me, it's gonna help my videos reach more folks, YouTube algorithm and all that. And if you like this video and you wanna see more like it, consider subscribing to the channel. Oh yes, and we're doing another raffle, this time for a JetBrains license. Thanks to JetBrains for hooking us up with some licenses. They're not sponsoring this video, but they gave me a few licenses to give away to you folks. To enter, leave a comment down below. Let me know what else you want me to test, and make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I'll be picking a winner real soon. I'll announce it in a post on this channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.